The 2023 Grammy nominations have officially been revealed, and let's get into the rap categories primarily. All I have to say is they fumbled the bag again.
Oh, they fumbled the bag. And what's crazy is that 2022 has been a fantastic year for rap music, and they've gotten 2021 right, somewhat, but now it seems like sheesh, like they are really off the mark with this one. So where do you want to start, bro? There's a lot of bad takes
Best rap
here.
album really fucking made me look at them a bit crooked, bro. I mean, you have DJ Khaled's God Did, you have I Never Liked You by Future, Come Home the Kids Miss You by Jack Harlow, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick, and It's Almost Dry by Pusha T. Only two valid picks here, bro.
Only two valid picks, in my opinion. First of all, how does God Did even make this conversation? I guess it was just for that fucking 17-minute fucking whole verse. But I mean, even looking at Come Home the Kids Miss You, that's an atrocious pick. Listen, I get it.
But that's the thing is they ended up choosing some of the worst albums of the year, in my opinion, with DJ Khaled and Jack Harlow's. Future's album was mid to me. I just don't know what they're basing this off of anymore. When you have albums like The Forever Story by J.I.D., you have Melt My Eyes See Your Future by Denzel Curry, bro. They're sleeping on him every fucking year. Lupe Fiasco dropped an amazing album. Joey Badass. I could list probably 50 fucking albums that are better than the ones they chose.
Absolutely. And listen, even It's Almost Dry, I could see why it got nominated, but I feel like the Grammys kind of do that where they'll put in a community favor just make up for the rest of the bullshit they end up putting on top of there. How has God Did a good rap album, bro? Even if you go into the technicals of that album, bro, yes, it was a step up from his 2021 effort, but regardless, that is
low
nowhere
effort features.
Nowhere near, bro. You have a bunch of phoned in features, bro, by beats that he's not even producing, and he's doing the marketing behind.
That's fine. He's curating the album. I get why it's attached to his name, but I think they just want Khaled at the ceremony. You know what I mean? It's gonna make good content for them, and that's kind of the whole narrative with this. Is that it's at the end of the day, they're going for the mainstream acts, and if you look at hip hop in 2022. You didn't have that much quality in the mainstream light in terms of albums that sold over 100K.
They could have nominated J. Cole here. They could have nominated Tyler here, and that
they couldn't because they did it last year.
Oh, but further my point, I'm just using it as a point I'm about to make. It's kind of now they have no choice but to expose themselves and actually go after
but in 2020,
other ones,
they had that one moment where they were nominating King's Disease, and they also nominated Alfredo. That was the one time where you're okay, maybe they're on to changing their ways.
The mainstream that year wasn't that strong either. A lot of people are taking a break because of COVID. But all right, man, let's keep going with this.
The next one we have is going to be Best Rap Song. Nominees are Churchill Downs by Jack Harlow featuring Drake, God Did by DJ Khaled with Jay-Z, Wayne, Rick Ross, John Legend, and Friday. We have The Hard Part 5 by Kendrick Lamar, Pushin' P by Gunna, and Wait For You by Future. This one is a bit better,
a bit more respectable.
In the last category. I mean, The Hard Part 5... I think, and by the way, we didn't predict the best rap album. I think that Mr. Morale is gonna ransack through the other ones. Are you on that same page?
It should, at least in my opinion. But yeah, going back onto the rap song, I mean, there's respectable picks here. I don't think that it's the worst list I've ever seen, but bro, there's so much off of Melt My Eyes See Your Future, The Forever Story, Joe Music and Zion, Cheat Codes, 2000, Learn to Swim by Red Veil. How many more albums do you want to take, or even take out songs from there? Bro, listen, Churchill Downs is a sick song, but is it rap song of the year material? No, not in my opinion.
Maybe top 50 of the year, but
how about even let's say God Did okay.
Overhyped Jay-Z verse.
It's good because he's rapping for an extended period of time, but it's not the craziest substance or material you get from Jay-Z.
Pushin' P was one of the most iconic songs of the year, so I guess you can say that that's the reason.
Though?
No, obviously not quality-wise, but who do you think will win and who do you think should win this category?
Who do I think will win? The Hard Part 5, and who do I think should win? The Hard Part 5.
Absolutely.
Because even at that, they do have a Kendrick bias once they get to the Grammys.
I don't care, though. In terms of the competition, bro,
he's
going to knock these other albums and songs out like fucking bowling pins, bro. He's really gonna, I think, sweep.
I wonder how many he's gonna have total if he wins all 7 of his noms. By the way, that's another thing, is that Kendrick got 7 nominations with this. So I wonder how many he's gonna get. Shout out to
Kendrick, bro. I'm happy to see him get that love. But Walkin was the biggest fucking snub in this category, bro.
Walkin should have been in there for sure. Let's keep going. What else?
Next category we have is Best Rap Performance. The nominees are God Did once again by Khaled. Lil Wayne's performance is a bit questionable there. Vegas by Doja Cat. Pushin' P by Gunna. This one's called FNF by Hit Kid and Glorilla. And then we have The Hard Part 5 by Kendrick once again.
Who do I think will win? The Hard Part 5. Who do I think should win?
The Hard Part 5.
Absolutely.
Vegas, though, is a good pick. I thought Vegas her performance was super dynamic. I love the mix of singing and rapping and the bluesy atmosphere as well. Of course, there was a nice old 50 sample integrated. So I like her performance there. That's a respectable one. God Did, besides Jay-Z, Wayne's auto-tune is not sounding that great on that song. Rick Ross gives you a decent performance.
Standard Rick Ross feature. Yeah, I mean, like, if all it takes is a 6-minute, like, whole verse to start getting your shit nominated, fuck it, everyone should start lining up, bro, and getting paid for it. Because, listen, if it's literally one verse, bro. It's legit one verse. And I love the verse. I just don't think that alone should have
What
you
about
in this
talking
merits.
about J. Cole's, like, fucking opening verse? Well, not opening verse, but his feature on Johnny P's Caddy. Is that not
Absolutely.
more merited here?
That should be in there.
You know what I mean?
That should
Like,
definitely be in there.
There's so many fucking picks here where you're like, what are these geezers thinking, bro? I'm sorry. Like, a lot of the Recording Academy, like, they should maybe make some changes in terms of who's actually running that board, bro.
Oh, but I think it's obviously the marketing stunt, though.
It
Like,
is.
the reason why they want to do this is because people like you and I are going to talk about it and put up a video on it.
course.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, whatever. It gives us good content, though.
Of course.
Let's keep going.
Next up, Best Melodic Rap Performance, and the nominees are Beautiful by DJ Khaled with Future and SZA, Wait For You by Future, First Class by Harlow. It should be Fergie that's nominated in that category instead. Die Hard by Kendrick, and then Big Energy by Lato.
Big Energy's good. Big Energy's
It's all right, yeah. I'm not a fan of it, though.
I'm not a big fan of the song, but whatever. I guess you could give that. Bro, First Class. Yeah, I mean, like you said, is Jack Harlow really giving a melodic performance there? I don't even know. I'm being. That's what's crazy is it's the fucking sample being used. That's a melodic performance, and it's not even Jack Harlow.
Same
Bro,
thing
he's
for Wait For
rapping.
You, bro. Like, at the end of the day, Thames is carrying that entire track with the sample that they used from her. That's the most melodic component of that song. So, really weird picks
Yeah,
here.
but Wait For You's all right. Wait For
No,
You's okay.
it's a good song.
It's
Don't
a
get
good
me wrong.
song. Yeah,
I just don't
it's a
think
good
that.
nomination. That's not that bad.
Yeah, but there's better melodic performances that came out this year in comparison to this, bro. Like, it's another bad one. It's another bad category overall. Die Hard, good song. Again, is it the most deserving? Not sure.
Probably not. And what ended up making it from the Khaled album again?
Beautiful, Future and SZA.
Jeez. No, I don't think so. SZA had a good part on it, but like,
Yeah.
it's who's really fucking going back to that all that much, you know? But whatever. Let's keep going. What else
Next
do we got?
up, we have Album of the Year, where you have Adele, I was nominated. You have Bad Bunny. You have Beyonce with Renaissance. You have an ABBA album. You have Mary J. Blige. But of course, the big thing is that Kendrick ended up being nominated for Album of the Year for Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
You see, though, this is where it starts to get a bit tricky. They have Beyonce and Kendrick in the same category. So where do you think the bias leads, bro? Where do you think they go?
This is where the tomfoolery begins, bro. This is where it's like, oh, don't worry, we'll give you your best rap album award, Kendrick, but best album of the year?
No, we're not going to
No,
give
we
that
haven't
to.
given that to a hip hop album in 20 years, so we're not going to give it to you this
But
time.
they'll give them the nomination. Yeah,
They'll
it's
give them the
always a
nomination.
slight. It's always a slight with them because that's what
fucking
they'll do
bullshit.
is that they'll take your album and they'll put it either in the wrong category that's not even speaking to the actual music,
Like with Igor.
or they'll just like slot you in into Rap Album of the Year twice, like what they did with Kanye and Donda last year too. And then they'll be like, okay, yeah, you're a runner-up, but you're not getting anything from this fucking category because it's rap. So yeah, no, I don't.
And
even pay
Mr.
attention to
Morale
it.
is miles above
Writing,
Renaissance, bro.
Absolutely,
To me.
at least in my opinion.
Even the Adele album, solid, but not on the level of Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Like, the conceptual masterpiece that was, like, the topics that he tackled, the rapping, everything was just on another level, and I think that it should win Album of the Year.
Yeah, Kendrick should actually get all 7 of these, bro. Low key, like he had one of
Yeah.
the strongest runs of the year, and like plus like the competition is not fierce because maybe if you get like Denzel Curry or JID in this conversation, especially for the rap noms, okay, now there's fair competition. But dude, like out of everything that's been mentioned here, there's no one as solid, or there's not a single song or album as solid as Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers and Kendrick's material.
Absolutely.
So that's my take.
Next up, Song of the Year nominees. You have Lizzo with About Damn Time. You have As It Was by Harry Styles. Bad Habit by Steve Lacy.
Congratulations to Steve.
Awesome, big W. Easy on Me by Adele. I respect that.
That's a nice song.
God did make Song of the Year, and
No,
The Hard
absolutely
Part 5, Break My Soul by Beyonce, and a few more. But again, another case where The Hard Part 5 should take it. I wouldn't be mad if Easy on Me by Adele wins too, just because her vocal performance on that was fucking groundbreaking.
Even maybe Steve Lacy's Bad Habits. It would be so cool to see Steve get a fucking Grammy this year. So that would probably be like, my 3 that I'd be happy with at least walking out of this. But listen, looking at all of these nominations and like everything that you've probably seen so far, because we're going to run through more, right? We have a bit more to go
We
through.
just have Record of the Year where The Hard Part 5 was
at this
nominated. We
point,
don't have
like,
to talk much about that.
At this point, like, what do you think is the biggest fucking screamer of like a nomination that you've seen out of this whole run?
The biggest like W you're saying in terms of who they've
No,
nominated?
the
or?
biggest like howler, bro. Like the whoa, that's
Oh,
fucking
it's
horrible.
got to be Come Home the Kids Miss You for Best Rap Album of the Year, bro.
Yeah,
like,
that
that
I've got
had
to.
no business being there. You have Jack Harlow, who is struggling to fill in words for his verses. You have a lot of cheap production styles being implemented, a lot of samples carrying him. It just wasn't a good listen, bro.
It wasn't a good listen,
And
it's
he's
super
capable of more.
No, absolutely.
But-
That is true. He is capable of more, but I'm just saying, like, to get that heavy of like a presence on the whole fucking Grammy nominations list is really shocking.
It's a bit bizarre. And the other thing, too, is that I feel like 2022 has been one of the best years for hip-hop in a long time. And they're making it look like such a weak fucking year, bro, where you're picking at straws fucking choosing a DJ Khaled album, bro.
Yeah, DJ Khaled getting nominated for me
Come
is probably
on,
the biggest
man.
eyebrow raiser. I could understand Jack Harlow because they'll always go with the commercial success, and obviously it was a huge moment this year for at least the mainstream. But DJ Khaled's album, bro, that's an album full of filler. There was literally
know.
not a single hit on that album, bro. I'm being honest with you, bro. Like
Staying alive, bro.
No, absolutely not. Like that's what I'm saying is that not only was the moment itself a bit weak, like his whole redemption story of DJ Khaled like releasing a crazy album, you know, after he kind of dropped the dud last year. Even at that, the narrative behind the album is not even good enough to put press behind for this fucking Grammys. Because this is what I look about, like, this is press, you know, it's fucking PR and content that's going to go behind all of these albums and push it further to boost record sales. I feel like the narratives that they're running for this year aren't even strong whatsoever. Like, what are the criteria for God Didn't Come Home, the Kids Miss You?
Inspirational.
Absolutely.
Motivational music.
Come Home, the Kids Miss You, like Jack Harlow, like, you know, in his life of fame and like how it's affected him. Like, bro, okay, like I get it, but that's nowhere near Grammy level quality, bro. Like, typical,
Not when you have
like,
concepts like drill music and Zion, which are fucking revolutionary
like not
for
only
hip
that,
hop.
but you have albums like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, To Pimp a Butterfly that have made great waves at this award show and that have been in the same categories as Come Home, the Kids Miss You has been.
You
in.
shouldn't be surprised,
So
bro.
how is
The
this a
bottom
thing?
line is that they're gonna keep ignoring the fucking underground. They did 1 year where they actually brought in like a D Smoke album and an Alfredo from Freddie Gibbs, but they're not gonna do that just because, like you were saying, PR wise, it doesn't make the most sense.
It doesn't make the most
they're
sense.
choosing popularity over quality, and it's the same running fucking narrative year after year, and I'm just getting tired
Do
of
you
it.
think there's anyone that genuinely thinks that like what they're giving them is like the best of the year? Like, do you think there's like watchers
Fuck
in
no.
this?
But I will say this. It was a big W to see DJ Dahi and Boy Wonder get nominated for Producer of the Year.
Love to see them give Grammys. Absolutely.
That was awesome to see. But at the end of the day, I just think that people view the Grammys as a fucking joke, bro. I think that's what it really
Bro,
comes
the
down to.
timeline is going crazy right now. Like, it always does, though, because that's what they kind of want, right? But I feel like they do it way too much with rap. It's like they kind of take rap, bro, and they really, like, throw slights and jab at it because you won't see, like, at least I'm not as educated within the other ones, but I mean, I feel like a lot of the conversation and PR for, like, the bad takes come from those different rap categories. It's kind of like, okay, we need some bad PR around this just to be able to get the buzz going and for people to tune in to see who actually wins. Let's put it all in the rap categories and let's see what actually happens. Like, you'll never see those types of conversations for, like, let's say record of the year as a whole, or, you know, like when more pop stuff gets into that mix.
I just hope that we don't see some of these duds like the DJ Khaled album or the Jack Harlow First Class song win any of these awards, but we'll have to see when the Grammys do happen, and we are going to be doing a reaction to the Grammy winners, so make sure to hit that subscribe button if you have not already.
Yes,
We're
sir.
going to keep you tuned with all of that. Thank you guys for watching. Let us know what you think of these nominations, and we'll catch you in the next video.